Now News Extra here on KNEB with our program. Here again is Kevin Mooney.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. I get to talk baseball today. Next to golf, baseball is probably the other thing I like to talk most about. And,
you shouldn't talk about golf. Golf's bad.
Golf's bad.
Golf is bad.
Yeah. Chuck Heeman is here. He is the owner of Gering's new baseball team, their wood bat baseball team in the Expedition League, along with his beautiful wife, Mayra. And they are both here, and we're going to talk about that here over the next 5-6 minutes.
Great.
First of all, Chuck, give us the biography. How'd you guys manage to drop sail in Gering here?
Well, like I was saying before, we ran out of gas, and we looked around, and we thought we'd just put a baseball team here.
Right here.
Yeah. Well, this came about probably 3 months ago. I had been following the Expedition League. Steve Wagner, the president of the league, he's been working on this thing for about 3.5 years, laying the groundwork in different communities. And I saw a blurb on one of the baseball business websites that they were getting ready to launch in 2018. And at that point, we were in Goodyear, Arizona, and I was working for the Cleveland Indians and Cincinnati Reds at the spring training complex. And I've been in this business for about 25 years, and that's kind of where I've landed. And I had thought at that time that's where I was going to be until I retired, which is coming up pretty soon as I'm getting older. And so this came up with Steve, and I just kind of reached out to him just to find out what's involved, how much. First thing is how much it's going to cost to do this, and we started communicating back and forth. And part of our background, my wife and myself, we operated 2 summer collegiate wood bat teams in Oregon for 5 years, so we've got the background for this exact thing that we're doing. And we had operated it for other people. And so I started looking at the ownership end of things, started talking to Steve, and ever since I started talking to Steve, really everything has really just fallen into place with this thing. We came up here to meet with Mayor Kaufman and the people in Gering back in early July, and we drove around town, drove around the whole area, and we kind of, it's kind of a cliche, but you kind of fall in love with it. You look around and I've been doing this for a long time, and you can go into a town, drive around, and get a feel for it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you go into a town and you're just like, oh no, this isn't gonna work. But we drove around here, and it was just fantastic, and the reception we got. So we just kind of went down the path with Steve, and now we own a baseball team, and actually we own 2. We own one here in Twin Cities, and I got to quit saying that. I got to start saying Western Nebraska, because it's a regional team, really. Yeah. Our draw is regional, and then we also purchased a team in Aberdeen, South Dakota. But our home base is going to be here. We've already got a place here, and we've hired a general manager in Aberdeen. So we are going to operate this team ourselves. We'll be here, 80% of the year in the community. So that's kind of how we got from where I was to where we are.
All right, it's fantastic. Now, Expedition League is going to be not just Gering, but a number of other cities, right?
Right. Right now, we've got 9 teams that are done. And we're making a series of announcements. Ours is today at 1 o'clock at the Legion Field. But over the next 10 days or so, you're going to see a number of press conferences around the league. We've got teams in Nebraska, North and South Dakota, and then there's one in Manitoba, in Brandon, Manitoba. So we've got 9 teams signed and done. We're aiming to have 10 by the time we start next May.
And that's fantastic. Yep. So you're going to have 30 kids.
Right.
What we kind of explain where they come from.
Yep. Our players are college players, so they have to have 3 things. They have to be on a college baseball team. They have to have college eligibility remaining, and they have to be academically eligible, and that's a big thing. You can't play for us if you don't make your grades. So that's kind of a nice incentive for the kids in the spring. If they start slacking off, they're not going to be able to play in the summer. The advantage for the player is they come in here and they play against a higher level of competition than they play in college, and scouts see them play against that competition, and it improves their draft status. On any of these college teams, you should have 5 or 6 players that are draftable, are at that level. So the advantage for them is they'll make their grades, they'll come in and play. So we'll carry 30 players, and we dress 25 every night.
And you play 64 games.
64 games in about 71 days,
Yeah, from May 25th to the first weekend in August.
It's all day, every day for about 10 weeks, 32 home, 32 on road, and we'll make the playoffs, so there'll be some extra games in August. So I already told our prospective coach, no playoffs, no job. So he's
that's the way.
He's all in on that.
You should be thinking like I should take your thoughts to the Rockies, because
There you go.
I'm not sure they're thinking playoffs
No
anymore.
playoffs, no job.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay. All right, good deal. All right, Mayra, real quick,
Yes.
we want to talk about host families and sponsors and so forth. Host families especially, right?
Host families, especially. Host families in our business they're vital. We need them to host the kids, the children, the kids, the players that are coming into town. As far as host families benefits and perks, we give a lot of love to our host families because we know how vital they are to us. They get season tickets for themselves and their families that live in the household, and a lot of other merchandise and discounts, food discounts and stuff like that. We like to have get-togethers with the host families just so that they know us better. We take full responsibility for the kids. So as far as them having any liability over the kids, spending time in their home at their home, there isn't any. Other than that, do you have anything else to add?
No, we'll need some host families.
I'm not as talkative as my husband is. So.
All right, one other thing we wanted to announce real quick today is the radio broadcasting rights, and we're excited to be
As are we.
the home of the new
radio home of the
radio,
Western Nebraska. I can't tell you the name.
whatever the name is.
Yes.
Yeah, as a matter of fact. So we're excited about that.
As are we. It's a big get for us. It's really important for us to have that presence on the air every night, and you guys have been fantastic in getting ahead of it. You guys got a hold of us and wanted to do this, and again, it's another one of those things that's just fallen right into place in this whole thing. So. As you go along in life, you kind of look at the signs, and this is another sign that this is going to be a great thing for us and for the community. And it's more than just baseball. When you come to one of our games, it's a show. You're going to bring your family. You're going to be able to afford it. You're going to have a lot of fun. And like I always tell people, come out, you're going to have a blast. There happens to be a ball game going on. If you want to watch it, that's great.
Yeah.
But you're going to have fun. It's going to be a full-blown minor league experience where we're going to do fireworks and bobbleheads and food and beer and giveaways and contests and all kinds of stuff. And so you're going to have a lot of fun at our games. And we're going to, again, we open for operations today. Our office opens today, and you're going to be hearing a lot more from us very soon as far as our scheduling and our promotions and all that. But you come to one of our games, you're going to have a good time.
All right, very good. And you're going to have a name the team contest
yes,
here?
Yes, and that's up and running. You go to, and it's on our Facebook right now, and I know you guys are going to post it as well.
Yeah, on our website.
There's a choice of 4 names. If you happen to guess the name that the team is going to be, we will pull a winner from those people that guess that name, and you'll win 2 season tickets. You'll win a cap, a jersey, and you'll throw out a first pitch at our first game next May.
Wow, fantastic!
Yeah. Well,
throwing out a first pitch.
Yeah.
That's something everybody has wanted to do.
Yeah, well, it's an awesome thing, and I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years, and you find that every time you step onto a baseball field, it just feels special. I've been on 100 baseball fields, and every time you go on one, it's just like, wow, I'm on a baseball field. So you get somebody out there to throw a first pitch, and they never forget it. You get out there, take pictures, and if it doesn't go well, they make fun of you. But that's I always tell people with first pitches, it doesn't count. Go out there and have fun.
Yeah, go out there and have fun.
If everybody laughs, that's the whole point. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to entertain people, and then your family and your friends will ride you about it for a few months, and you'll see your video on Facebook over and over and over. But that's it's just part of the experience. So we're getting this thing going. Today's the day. Our press conference is at 1:00 at the Legion Field, and everybody's welcome to come down and meet us and ask questions that maybe we didn't cover here. We're going to reveal a lot more things at that point. We have a fairly long list of things that we've been working on since we committed to this.
All right. Very good. Welcome, you guys.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
It's
Really
going to be a lot of
appreciate
fun.
Yep, it is. It's been fun so far. We've actually been in town, moved here on Monday, and just the reception we've gotten from the people that we've talked to so far, it's just been fantastic. And again, it's one of those signs that this is going to be a good thing for all of us.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so you'll get to know them pretty well. They'll be around a lot. Chuck Heeman and his wife, Mayra, we're really excited about the new baseball team coming over to Gering. Thanks much.
Thanks for the time. I really appreciate it.
You bet.